kule likambagwisa nkhuni likambagwisa masimbe ukanagiria nta zinji akambagwisa marijolo omoyiwa akalijibanga.
Eduardo Zinocasaka was a small-scale farmer in northern Mozambique 2 years ago when VALE, a Brazilian mining company, asked his family and 700 others to relocate to make way for a $1 billion coal mine.
Mugenda gulu mukana zabwini wewe kakasani ng'ombe kakasani poso 5 ano agora nikabasabona kubiri za kuti mwafuza nyumba zanu kuno kubizozo adalibasa dafuza nyumba oyitabwa kuno posa libasanka bote.
Mozambique is one of the poorest countries in the world, struggling to shed a bitter colonial legacy and years of civil war. But money is now flowing in as foreign companies exploit vast deposits of coal and natural gas. But many here wonder if the promised bounty of progress is worth what many are forced to give up. A common question across many parts of Africa.
The resettled people never asked anyone for help during their lives, and they survived. Back there, they had their livelihoods. They were fishing, artisans, and farmers.
Now many have leaky houses, infertile farms, and are far from the families and the markets they left behind.
The situation in the areas that they are being relocated and resettled should be better in terms of housing, in terms of education, in terms of health care, in better situation in all aspects.
Discontent grew to anger, and in January, Zinocasaka and more than 500 other men, women, and children blocked the railway line VALE uses to transport coal from the mines to protest their conditions.
When the police came, they started beating people and throwing tear gas. Everyone was scared.
Eventually, the government, with the backing of the mining company, agreed to address some of the issues.
For so long, those houses had cracks, the roads were in ruins, people were suffering from hunger. Only after the protest did they start the rehabilitation.
I cannot say there was no problem, but the problems that happen, we, in coordination with the government, we face the problem, we are solving them.
With VALE at just 10% of their projected extraction capacity and a wealth of untapped coal resources in the region, growth in the coming years will likely impact more communities. VALE plans to begin construction this year on a $4 billion railway line expansion from their mine through southern Malawi.
We will continue to see resettlements. Resettlements will become a way of life.
Questions remain whether the government and companies like VALE will be able to avoid situations like CATEME from repeating.
The resettled people will need to keep the pressure on, otherwise I really doubt anything will happen. If they are passive or don't work together, these situations won't be resolved.